Hello friends, in this video we are going to talk about data table. It's a magical function in Excel. If you're working on something which has lot of variable inputs and you want to know by changing each variable input what will be the output, then data table is for you. It really helps in financial planning, analysis, simulations. If you're working on M&A valuations, if you want to know by changing certain variables how the output is going to look like, then data table comes in really handy. In this video, we are going to talk about change in one variable and change in two variable scenarios. So without further ado, let's get to it. First, I'm going to create an example over here so that we can use this example to create various different kinds of data table. Let's say we are trying to sell a product by each unit and we have a unit price for that. Let's say the number of units we are targeting is 10,000. Unit price is $10. I'll just mention dollars in brackets so that we don't forget about it. So the total revenue or expected revenue, however you want to call it, is 10,000 multiplied by $10, which is $100,000. Let's format this so that it looks nice to read. And I'm going to expand this column as well. Now let's see our cost. Let's say our cost is fixed as $70,000 irrespective of the number of units which we are selling. Because it's a sunk cost, we have already incurred that cost, we don't need to change that cost. So I'm going to format this again. That will give us our margin dollars, which is $100,000 minus $70,000. And then we can easily compute margin percentage as well, which is $30,000 divided by $100,000, which is 30%. Now, let's say you want to know that if my number of units comes down or goes up, how will my margin percentage change? Also, you would like to know if my unit price changes, then how will my margin percentage change? So first, let's look at one variable data table. And that one variable we will assume to be number of units. So we are going to put number of units over here. I'm going to pick up a middle cell so that we can have number of units going down as well as going up. Now, one thing which you have to know is hard code the number of units which is same as what you've taken in your computation over here. Don't link this cell with this cell too. If you do that, the computation will not come out correctly. So this number has to be hard coded. Now, let's say the number of units are going to go down by 1,000. We want to have that simulation. And number of units are going to go up by 1,000. So I'm going to put it over here. And we want our margin to change. So I'm going to select the margin percentage over here. Now, if you would have noticed, for the margin percentage, I actually linked the cell. I did not hard code the number. So this is the minute details you should remember about data table. When it comes to the variable input, hard code the number. When it comes to the output which you want to see, you have to link it with the original cell. Now, let's just select this area where we want the data table to happen. We'll go to data, we'll go to what if analysis, click on that. There's something called as data table. We are going to click that. It's asking for row input cell. Now, we don't have any row input. So what we are going to do is we are going to select any blank cell. But for column input cell, we are going to select this as this is our input cell. And we're going to click OK. And it's going to give us the margin percentage. So if I click on this, so this is the margin percentage. The simple check which you can do is at 10,000 unit level, your margin was 30%, which is giving exactly 30%. And it is going up gradually as the number of units goes up. And when the number of units goes down, margin is coming down for obvious reasons because cost is fixed. So what does this table tell us? This table tells us that our break-even number of units is 7,000. At 7,000, our margin is 0. So we are basically just about recovering our cost. So we definitely have to go and sell at more than 7,000 units if we want to make any profit on this particular project. So this is one variable data table. Now let's look at a data table which is two variable. So I'm going to start with linking with the margin percentage, and I'm going to come to a middle cell where I'm going to hard code the 10,000 number, and then I'm going to do minus 1,000 this side and plus 1,000 this side, because I want to know if my unit comes down or goes up, how it's going to be. I'm going to keep it same at 14,000. So same way, I'm going to hard code the number over here. And what if my unit price goes down by 1? What if my unit price goes up by 1? So with this data now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select this, come back to data, select what if analysis, click on data table. Now row input cell is basically my number of units. Column input cell is basically unit price. So I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to get the margin percentage for each of the scenarios. So again, let's little bit analyze this table. What this table tells us is that at 10,000 unit, at $10 per unit, we are going to make 30%. However, if our unit price comes down to $7, then at 10,000 unit is our break-even point. Whereas if our unit comes down to 7,000, then $10 is our break-even point, which we also saw in this particular table. So what this tells us is that we should not go below 7,000 unit and $10 in unit price, or vice versa. We should not go below $7 unit price and 10,000 units. So this is the beauty about data table, that with the click of a button, it can tell us various numbers what we are looking for, and hence we would be able to give the right update to the decision maker on what needs to be done. I hope this was a useful video for you. If you want to watch more such videos, do visit my website, which is www.starperformers.net. If you like this video, do click the like button and subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notification button so that whenever I upload new videos on YouTube, you can get the notification as well. Till then, I wish you all the best in learning Excel.